what do you know? KVA and Ninja are in there. So, you know, the name fits. That's good.
So,
And,
so
yeah.
drafting started, looking at this list. So
Yep, it
very
has.
quickly, Uther ban, Zagara ban, Tiltinos picking up Leoric and Jaina, looking for their third pick right now, and Morton's Angels, Kelthus, and Azeratul make it onto the board. I'm excited. I love seeing Azeratul play. Those void prisons can just be so devastating to the enemy team. I love it. And let's see how devastating they can be in today's game.
Yeah, Morton's Angel actually opting to ban out the Zagara. So, very good. Very good ban always. I actually love seeing Zagara, so I'm kind of gutted that we don't get to see her as often. She is obviously a very highly banned champion. She's a very good 1v1er. A lot of zoning potential with those Hydralisks and Mutalisks. You know, as soon as they get on you, you kind of just have to walk away and be like, you know what, I'm not even in the fight anymore. Sorry, boys. And the second ban is going to be coming out from Morton's Angels here. The Uther was the first ban. Very smart ban indeed. It's going to have to force them to go for some other form of support, which we probably might see from Morton's Angels. Judging by what's been going on, we're probably going to see a Malfurion. Malfurion and such a strong combination together. For Tiltinos, I'm imagining we're probably, just because we've seen in the Muradin and the Jaina, we might probably see maybe a Tyrande. Very good stun follow-up, obviously, with the Jaina and the Muradin. A lot of damage, a lot of potential there. Or we could see something, probably something else as well. But, you know, second ban still hasn't come out from Mortons. They're going into their time pool and they're using these bans nice and strategically, being a bit cheeky here. You know, bait them out, be like, "Ooh, what do we want here?
Well,
what have we got to work with?"
The interesting thing here is that Morton's Angels has the next two picks. They have removed Tyrande. They have listened to your analysis of the game and have decided that yep, that is the right move to make. Interesting, we haven't seen Johanna taken yet for either team, so we might see Tiltinos remove Johanna, removing a strong tank for the Morton's Angels.
There you go.
And yep, just as we were talking about it, the Johanna ban did come into effect. So this is possibly going to hurt Morton's Angels a little bit. They've got two very weak characters at the moment, Kelthus and Zeratul. Not in power, just in general health and burstability or flammability. But losing Johanna as a pick possibly could hurt them. They do pick up the Nazebo. Ooh, Nazebo again, another squishy. And the Karazim, that stasis acting as a... Well, if they will take the Divine Palm there, they give them the stasis. Tiltino picking up the Reina, and we probably will see a Malfurion followed up behind us as they do not have a support yet.
And they won't obviously be able to go for that Tyrande. I was hoping to see maybe some Kerrigan action, but they'll probably leave their front line a bit too heavy. So no surprises there that didn't actually pick up that Kerrigan. But intrigued to see what support they pick up. They probably don't want Morton's Angels to be taking the Malfurion. That VP into even a couple of spells like a Malfurion Root, Entangle, or a Kalthas Bird, you know, Phoenix Bird. So I'm pretty sure they do not want Morton's Angels at this point to have Malfurion. Probably tossing up options though.
Well, I mean,
do have a couple picks.
They've already got their support in Karazim, so I don't think they're too concerned in that. Tiltinos, they do need the support, and really right now we're looking at Rhaegar, we're looking at even Malfurion, Rhaegar, Lily. We'll probably see the Rhaegar. Sorry, we'll probably see the Malfurion come out. And Morton's Angel. Oh, the Rhaegar going for the burst healing instead.
I'm not too surprised by that pick, just to be honest with you, just because of the Kalthas. Zeratul, you know, the VP, they're probably going to be chucking the VP down, obviously trying to get some nice big snipes out, but that Rhaegar is going to make it so difficult. If Kalthas does opt to go for Pyro, they can react really nicely. You know, they can fall back. Rhaegar can see it. He can get the distance that they need, run to Rhaegar. He can get that ultimate off. That Ancestral Spirit is just, that Ancestral Healing is just going to top him straight off. Chuck a shield up. You know, that's going to be absolutely fine. And they've got a lot of beefy-ish characters. You know, Raynor obviously quite self-sufficient with his passive, so that's going to be helping them quite a lot, especially in Nazebo. Quite like once you're running from a Zebo, his DPS is quite like, you know, gets on you one little spider at a time. So Raynor's probably going to be able to deal with that quite nicely. And the last pick is Tyrael.
Oh, that's interesting. Solo tank Tyrael. You don't see a lot of that these days. We don't see a lot of it at all. Just Tyrael's kit being suited a little bit more towards damage. It does have the Judgment CC. Probably will see that Judgment as well. But making them engage is so dangerous, especially against the Muradin where Tyrael can jump in, but then Muradin can stun, keep him locked in place. He can escape with his sword, obviously, but I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure of Morton's Angels lineup there. I don't know. I feel that maybe Arthas might have been a little bit better because you're gonna have Tyrael jumping in and then not being there to support the back line whatsoever. However, maybe you'll take Sanctification. I don't feel like that. I mean, we got Yeah, no, we got the Zero Tool, we've got the Keltis, we've got the Tyrael, so now we'll be very much judgment into the fight. Followed it with Void Prison to try and zone out some of those heroes or trap some of those heroes so they're not part of it, and then they'll really burst down one of the other heroes. As far as Tiltinos go, they're just strong. They got a strong line, they got strong damage, strong heals, and they have a strong tanks.
And we were talking about the other game with the whole idea of moving past your tanks and actually, you know, because the fight starts, you initiate, and you normally engage on tanks, whether you like to or not. The truth is you probably do engage on the tanks first, don't you? But with Tiltinos, you know, if they do get themselves in a nice wee choke point, we do see their team comp is quite team-orientated. And we were talking about Black Hearts Bay before and how team-orientated that map is as well with the whole snowball effect. So I think on their part, very good choice. Morton's Angels, I do think they're in a bit of a risk here of being a bit too squishy, you know. They do have the Zero Tool for the roaming, so they can gank the solo lane, the XP soaker. There usually is one in this map. So that's going to be good for the red team. Probably going to see a bit more of a assassin-style like gameplay off the team comp that Morton's Angels has selected. Yeah. And we're probably in Tiltinos in the respect of their team comp, we're probably going to see them play more of a team-type strategy, trying to get coins, trying to stick together, make big plays, big pushes, and then just back off as a team. I don't really think we'll see many rotation-like type kills.
Well, I mean, they're going to have a very easy time picking up that first coin, I feel. They're just, with the two tanks, they're going to really be able to force Morton's Angels off the top chest, and then whoever they have solo laning, which will, I guess, in this regard, is probably going to potentially, actually, I'm not sure, probably send one of the tanks down below, and then we'll have the Zevo down below as well. So will be enough to keep the Zevo off the chest, and then really allow the team to grab the top chest and then rotate down, grab the bottom one, and then go back to laning. So.
And it's interesting because sometimes when you look at team comps, you don't really think like you look at, say, the red team's team comp. You say, you know, that's a good team comp, team fights or skirmishes. But one thing sometimes you don't really count on is when you do start fights and you're by yourself in a 2v2 skirmish, you realize, wow, we really don't have that much power in a team fight. We really don't have that much power when it comes to small skirmishes, but when it comes to team fights, maybe you might have a bit more synergy, you know? Yeah. So it's going to be interesting to see how well they do on their own in their lane with their team, with their lane partner, and so on.
Yep, that's it. So there are people in the chat demanding more games. They are coming up. The team is just getting themselves sorted out in the lobby as we speak. Both teams are full now, and so we're just waiting for both teams to give each other the go-ahead.
Indeed. Hopefully it shouldn't be too long now. I definitely get why people are a bit impatient at this point in time. We did start late as well, so I'll give you guys that. Yeah,
there was the 40 minutes of the Starving and Disconcur show.
yeah
coming to you every Saturday morning.
Yep
But yeah, so we are definitely going to get to more games, guys. Like I said, the teams are set. We've got the blue team with 5 members. We've got the red team with 5 members. We got both observers in the game. These semi-finals are building up to be big. Get the hype going up. These are 2 great teams here. I mean, we've got some, for a pickup group, these are actually some really nice-looking teams, I'll tell you that. We've got KVA, we've got Lablet, we've got Demonic, we've got Ninja, and we had someone else, and then he disappeared on me, so I couldn't see it. But on the other team, we have seen the powerhouse that's coming out, where we got Nio, Andy Bus, Helium, Jim Jam, and the elusive 5th member that I cannot see on my screen right now. This works.
Well, on the other team, indeed, we'll probably run back through this when we are actually in the game. Got none other than KVA from XL5, Yablet, who I do not know who's actually with, Denonic, a name I actually recognize but I can't place, Physics, probably a pretty good player as well. I'm just going to, benefit of the doubt there. And Ninja, obviously another name known from XL5. So a couple known names, a couple of unknown names on my part, I would not lie. But nonetheless, it's going to be interesting. So we got 2 members of XL5 in one team, and as you all know, big boy bias caster here. He loves his XL5. So, and for anyone asking what happened to Eminem, I had some complaints about him last time. Actually, people like a certain someone, Demise, didn't really like my music choice. So I decided, it's for the general population listening to the stream. I thought I would cover up Eminem's face with his pouting lips with my hand puppet that I got given when I was 3 years old. So that is the green splotch you can see right behind the left side of me. But hopefully we are about to get into this game. Ninja does say we're ready. Ready calls have been coming out and we're ready. And hopefully we can get this started. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We are in the game. And let's do it. Right. I'm keen as a bean.
So this is Blackheart's Bay, 3-lane map, a little bit different from the other 2 maps we've seen today, where we had obviously the Haunted Mines twice in our random progression. We talked a lot about teams being sneaky and picking the small bally maps. Nope, that's just the random map RNG coming into effect, folks. So we are used to a more veto map system here in the ANZ scene. However, it is Blackheart's Bay, it is Tiltinos, it is Morton's Babes, semi-finals, going into the grand finals. Which team will reign supreme and be able to make it on? More interesting, which team will be knocked into the losers bracket and have a second chance to get back into this series?
All right, well, Disconcur, would you please run us back through the left side again, just so our people watching can know who's on the teams, just so there's no confusion. You want to kick off on the left side?
No worries. This is the blue team. This should be Tiltinos. We have Ninja playing Leoric, KVA on Morton, Fixit on Rhaegar, Demonic on Jaina, and then we have Yablet playing Reyna.
Right, and on the right-hand side, we have Kalthas being played by Nailu, Jim Jam on Nazebro, Healim, again, Zeratul, and Nitbus, the Tyrael player, and Shadowleaf 56 playing Karazim. And here we go. We do see the teams initiating their plan of action, but no, red team being a bit cheeky, and they're just like, you know what, we don't want to do anything. We're just going to sit here gazing into the water. Nice-looking water. Very nice animations. The guy over there probably having a yarn to the old docksman over there, just doing his job, fixing those barrels. But no, nothing really happens at the start of these Heroes of the Storm games. Of course, these aren't actual like full designated teams. It is quite randomized, if not fully randomized, and set up from Morton, obviously. But we do see the vision point being picked up by Ninja. He's going to be looking to opting to keep that in his control. And of course, we do know at the start of these games the chest spawns very, very early, so Ninja and all that, they're very aware, and they are going to be hanging around that top chest trying to get that. And at the bottom lane, KVA going up against Jim Jam, he's going to be trying to secure that bottom box as well, so that's going to be very good.
So the chests have spawned, and we do see here that I said saying before, it's going to be very hard for the red team to really push away Tiltinos on that chest. They have picked it up. Murden and Nazebo down the bottom, keeping each other busy. No one going for that bottom chest just yet.
Yeah, well, you know, Nazebo is going to have an interesting time because very good pick by KVR. I think that regen's really going to help him going up against the Jim Jam, and if he can drain Jim Jam of his mana, it's going to be a lot easier. But actually, Rhaegar opting to come down and help KVA, so very smart players, knowing that he can't really abandon that 1v1, and they managed to pick that up very nicely. So that puts him in a nice lead with coins as of right now. KVA and his team actually managing to pick up the rest of those coins and all the coins at the start. A lot of aggression coming out into the bot lane, but while all that is happening, they do respond, and blue team's actually going to be farming up the XP at top lane as well while people rotate back and forth. So at the moment, it's really just trying to find that advantage, trying to find the momentum they can work with. There's nothing really going on. They need to really start to see coins coming out. The first hand in is really going to show where the game is going.
Well, that's it. Like, we've got 10 coins in the hands, right? We've got 10 coins in the hand of Tiltinos at the moment. They definitely have the situation. A bit of fight's broken out in the mid lane, however, no teams scoring any victories. Right now, no kills. But like I said, they've got the 10 coins. This is currently in Tiltino's position to rotate down and hand in those coins. Oh,
sorry to interrupt you there, though. KVA actually in a bit of a trouble down there. He's getting nicely harassed by Jim Jam, but actually very smart plays by KVA there. He, it didn't really look like he was under any pressure. He's stuck next to his creeps and he just kept on fighting 1v1, just keep going on that skirmish. And this is quite interesting because if you look around the map, there's no one actually following really the lanes. There's no one really soaking except for bottom lane, which is more of a skirmish, but we do see the mid lane and the top lane bouncing back and forth, clearing. So that's very smart plays, and we do see an actual fight about to break out here. Ninja actually taking the line of the front there, so he's going to be taking a lot of damage. Actually gets dropped down to half, but the burst healing of Rhaegar is going to help them tremendously there. And, blue team, they have a very considerable lead just in the coins. They have a lot in their hand right now, and they are looking probably to make that first good fight, get a good hand in, and really work with it and push forward.
Alright, so it looks like there might be a little bit of an engagement start out from Tyrion on the mid lane, but he did back off. It's jumped back in, but just more of to remind him that he is there. And we can see, you're right, these teams are just sort of rotating around each other at the moment. We do see Muradin sitting at the handing in some of the coins he has. They just want to get picked off by KVA and lose those coins. Only 2, however. Most of the team coins being with Ninja and Rhaegar.
Yeah.
All right, and they've rotated down. We've got Reina going to the top lane to Yablet, pick up that experience. The rest of the team's going to go in. They're going to get that early cannon going off. But you know what? They haven't done any real damage to the middle towers or walls yet. So that cannon is really just going to damage them. It's not going to be able to take them out. A good trick you see here on Blackheart's Bay is that teams will actually burst down one of those towers to about half health.
Yeah.
Or both towers to half health. Doing that means your first set of cannons removes that middle lane for you, removes those fortifications.
Yeah, well, as we do see now, the first boat being picked up by the blue team, in this case KVA, Ninja, etc. We do see the blue team actually opting to go around to the top lane. They do actually see that the red team never really moved away from their position at top/mid. So they're going to go up there, get that XP that they did miss out on, but they are actually an XP advantage now. And this is going to be very, very good for the blue team. And we do see KVA actually opting to go for more coins in the bottom left-hand section of the map. And so, you know, blue team actually going for a little bit of engage now, but they cannot get it. They're so keen on those wee little kills. They do have about 6 coins all up in their persons at the moment. And KVA, he's just going to keep returning to that lane. We probably won't see much of a force fight until the level 9 to 10 mark, as we did discuss before. But look at this, Zeratul actually going quite deep. And oh, Kael'thas getting a nice tornado off onto Yablet, but he's going dangerously low. The passive procking on the Raynor, and he is going to be kept alive with that burst healing as well by Rhaegar. And the Tyrael, he's going to opt to get that top box. So this is going to be the first top box that they get. I'm going to wondering now if KVA is actually going to be able to secure this bottom box. But no, it does look like he can. He gets all those coins, gets caught up in that zombie wall. But no, he is Morton. He will be absolutely fine. And look at this. Just, you know, I feel like red teams kind of want to engage. It looks like how they're playing, you know. They're really keen to get a snipe.
Yeah, it's they want to get a pick right now because they're a little bit behind in experience, which means they're not going to get level 10. Ooh, Kael'thas might be in a bit out of position. Got the slow down from Leoric, but nah, he will walk away, and they have turned the fight. Jano, so low health.
So low. Yeah, but trying to get away. Oh, so close. If they could get those 2 picks, that would have came out so good for them, but they just couldn't quite get it.
I mean, that was such good rotation on the red team's half. They saw Nahu was in trouble. They rotated up, really supported, nearly got 2 kills themselves, didn't quite. But I mean, that was such fast response from the team. However, Kael'thas might be in a bit of bad trouble, as we're going to see Jaina come back in, throws down the blizzard, low health.
Oh no, this baited here. He's going to get caught out, and he actually does die.
Oh no!
His character, he thought, you know what, I could get this, but nah, a bit spready on his part. The Jaina,
that was terrible. And Jaina, both Jaina and Leoric following that instant. That is what Red wanted. That is the pick they needed. Again, really fast in the rotations. Kael'thas again acting as bait. I don't know if he's actively acting as bait, but there was
got to get caught out again. This is going to be very bad. The red team now just hitting level 10. So Reyna and Morton actually have already handed in their coins that actually tallied up to a total of 10 coins, 7 on KVA and 3 on Raynor. So that's good plays by them. Not many camps being picked up so far. We haven't seen many camps.
Before we lose the opportunity, let's quickly have a look at these heroics. So for the blue team, for Tiltinos, we've got Avatar and Morton coming out, Hyperion coming out for Reyna, some more elemental for Jaina. We have the Ancestral Healing coming out for Rhaegar, and then we have Entomb. Oh, there's some big captures going to be coming on from Tiltinos, locking in the red. But for the red side, we've got Kael'thas taking Phoenix. We got the Ravenous Spirit, first time today, coming out in the Zebo. Then we also have the Void Prison for Zeratul, Judgment coming out for Tyrael, and then the 7-sided Strike for Kharazim. Kharazim opting not to go for healing, not to go for Divine Palm, but for the damage instead.
Yeah, well, it's quite interesting because, you know, actually opting not to go for Pyroblast. You know, he wants to go for that Phoenix, possibly for more zoning potential to help the Nazebo out or something like that. Keep Jaina and Rhaegar or Raynor out of the fight. But no, blue team, they are going to be picking up the second boat there. And I'm liking the heroic choices. They are going for a bit more prodish type play. They have got the Watermelon Mental and the Hyperion. But no, look, we do see a fight breaking out here. Ninja going in deep. He does get a lot of healing off him. Ancestral Healing being popped onto Ninja. So maybe a tiny bit of a misheal there. But yeah, Blood actually going down seriously low as well. He gets taken out so fast just before the Hyperion does manage to go off. But no, he does manage to get that off just before he does as well. And look at this, Ninja, you know, they can't really react here. They have wasted the Ancestral Healing. Demonic hasn't actually popped this Water Elemental yet as far as I've seen. No, he hasn't, but they do have the Entomb left. Are they going to do anything? Ancestral Spirit coming out, and that's...
Oh, look at that stun back on Jim Jam behind. Morton coming from behind. Not going to be able to actually kill anyone, but just preventing Jim Jam from having his way with his Ravenous Spirit. Red team is backing out from now. We're going to see, look, it's KVA rotating back down to the bottom to gain that, try and grab that experience for his team. Oh, Leoric is captured in a bit of trouble, but he will get out because he is Leoric. That Wrath ability is amazing for escaping bad situations like that.
Indeed. Well, you know, a lot of chitter chatter about the team comps and who they think will win the fights, but honestly, I really like the blue team's composition. The VP is going to be very detrimental, but the big and two coming out by Ninja here. They're going to be going so deep on this water elemental, also being popped, and look at this Ninja just trying to enclose the switch. No, he's just going to get taken out so easily.
Jim Jam's going to get trapped, cannot escape from that. That Attuned was massive. Kelth is taking out the water elemental, and then a nice heal coming on Demonic just to keep his health up so they can stay fighting. Oh, look at that. Tiltinos not wanting Morton's babes, or Morton's angels, I should say, to do anything in this situation. A lot of damage on KVA, but not enough to take him out. Oh, the finish comes down. It's a big engage, but Red decided to actually turn away in this, acting as zoning to escape. Ooh, I thought they might have been able to take that. They do have the Void Prison up, but choosing to back away from the fight instead.
Indeed. Well, a bit of a misplay there by Nayu. I can't pronounce her name. Very difficult by the Kalthas. But Entomb coming up, actually. They're looking to get another kill. KVA is going deep, and they do get it. You're not going to get away from the Entomb. I'm so sorry, he says. But there is 2 picks for none for in terms of just those fights. It is actually 3-2 now, and 1 fought to the red team. So very, very interesting so far. It does look like the lead is very minuscule now. It does really tend to be, you know, who can get their coins. And we did actually see a lot of games where one team would pick up a lot of coins, but they just couldn't hand them in. So hopefully we don't see that happen to blue team this game. It does seem like they have a lot of map control, however. And I think what they could do at this point is get a lot of camps up and relieve the pressure on their lane so they can get a hand in. But as of right now, they do have other things they have to react to. There's a big pushes coming across all lanes, and including top, but they do have a hard camp to slow that top lane down.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, it's a lot of pressure coming onto the blue side of the map right now. But they have picked up their bruises. That's going to help as well. The middle fortifications are going to fall. That's going to give Red a little bit of a nice experience. They're going to be able to catch up from this. And it's really going to be neutralizing the levels at the moment. No team has an advantage. Oh, but the boss is being trying to take it for the red team. And they have picked it up before blue could really figure out what was going on, before Tiltinos. And this is going to be a bit of a top spot now. They're going to do a lot of work. We're going to have to see a lot of the entire blue team rotate up. But we're going to see a team fight break out behind this possibly.
Yeah, that being said though, there is an easy camp pushing at bot lane, so the bot lane is going to be pushing in the meantime for the blue team. Ninja and KVA are going to be opting to try hold back, but the Phoenix is dropped out by Kalthas. There's going to be a lot of zoning, and they are going to lose this fort. That does look like they're actually going to back off this, let it go down, and the boss has actually dropped to below 50% now, so they are in a bit more of a better position now. They are looking out for that zero tool, not going to let him get away. Ninja not keen on that engage. He does link up though and get a bit of damage off on that Tyrael, and they do look like they're opting to actually get out of there. So very smart. You know, they've done the damage, they've got rid of that fort, they can back off now, and that's exactly what they're going to do. A lot of pushing power as well at the bot lane. So that was well played by both teams. They got a good trade out of what they actually invested in, and the easy camp, you know, it got a bit more than what they thought they would. So good plays by the blue team there for really, you know, picking up that. It was a smart play to pick up the easy when they did.
Well, that's it. Now behind the red team cleaning up and grabbing the lanes, we're going to see blue now hand in. That's going to give him another real nice sort of level lead, because it's going to take out the top fortification. It's going to go down to the bottom. The bottom's going to probably get taken out as well, and it's going to start working on that middle keep for the enemies.
And they take the hard camp. And this is just what we were just saying, like I said, man. Like with the, you know, when you're falling behind, you've got a little bit less map control than you would like. They do seem like they're on the front foot, however, but still, they need to pick up those camps a bit more often, and I do think they know that. Hard camp actually pushing up at top now, so it's a bit detrimental for blue. They do have the XP lead, however, and they do have the hard camp, so they want to push with that. And when that hard camp does get to their front line at top, they are probably going to just straight up back out of there, and that is no surprises there. And they do have enough for another hand in, so we might possibly see another hand in. Actually, no, they are a bit short. They are a bit short.
They might have to go back, because look at this, and 3 members have that top lane's got some bruises in it. If they left that uncontested, that would take down the towers and gate in their top lane. So they've rotated, gone back to deal with that. We are going to see the red team, who are 1 coin shy themselves as well.
Yeah, 1 coin short, yeah. And very bad luck.
But they are going to hand in their coins. Jim Jam actually flying up there is a camp up that they can get coins from. So we're probably going to see a hand in from Red right now. Tyrael, however, is going to go back and hand in. We're going to see Nazebo hand in as well. Blue, what are they going to do behind this? They not rotating down, they're just going to collect their own coins as well. Not too concerned with the state of the map at the moment and this next cannon rush coming out.
I think it's pretty smart though, because you know we were discussing even before this game started, these teams are very snowballish, so knowing they don't have to fight, they need objectives, you know, knowing they don't want to force a fight like in Dota or LoL or something like that, because XP, it's not really the big deal. What you need is the map control, and the boat really creates that presence. You know, if they're bombing on your front door, on your fort, you don't even want to really defend that fort, do you? Because you're getting bombarded, there's a lot of slows going on, and it's just damage you don't need to be taking. So actually, very smart players, you know, they are just going to
see an engage come here. We're going to see Tyrael in a little bit of a bad situation, and the engage is going on. It's big, a lot of damage is going out. Tyrael will fall. Who's next to fall on this? The Ravenous Spirit has gone down. His actual heal failing to heal anyone. Damage goes on the regular, however, taking him out. Morton, not in trouble at all. He will just stone form and get out of there. There is no problem whatsoever. I mean, 2 big kills for each team there, but the blue team grabbing the Tyrael. There is no tank currently up for them. There could be a bad situation if they turn around and engage.
Oh,
however, no. Raider is taken out now, and Red getting the upper hand behind this one.
Yeah, well, that was interesting. Like, KVA, I don't know if you saw that, but his Morton plays right there, very smart. He actually jumped back on. He saw the Ravenous Spirit coming out. He's like, you know what? I'm not the focus here. I need to stop this Ravenous Spirit, and he did so very smoothly, very well played by him, and great game sense. Knowing that he actually can sustain himself in that front line, and knowing that, you know, Nazebo, he isn't going to be hitting on KVA. He's going to be wailing on the rest of the team. So, very good game.
There might be a catch here at the hand-in point. Are they going to be fast enough? Ooh, going down. KVA can escape from this. He can leap, so he should be fine.
And they managed to get 11 coins in. Probably are going to see them going for this hard camp now. It's probably a pretty good decision. And the boss is going to be coming up in 20 seconds. So if they are aware of this, it's going to be very interesting. Hard camp also being able to be picked up in 40 seconds. So we might see a trade for boss and hard camp bot. It's going to be interesting to see what the red team choose to do. But it does seem like blue team does know that most of them are at bot. They're going to be handing in the rest of their coins, which they should be able to do pretty safely at this point. That's going to give them extra pushing power, and they should be able to push onto boss or hard camp. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do. But now another engage is coming out. Tyrael in a dangerous position. He can't really judgment here. He doesn't want to use it now. Bit of a silly time to use it, but he does get in there. Telly's back in with the sword, and Rain actually getting a bit zoned out there. They need to back off on this fight, and look, perfect. It's, like I said, they backed out. They saw the Rainer getting a bit exposed there. They're not going to fight that. They're smart players. They're going to see, you know, Rainer, our main range DPS, he can't help us. We need to back out of this. And that, very smart players indeed. We do see the red team rotating to pick up their hard camp. That should come up on the radar for the blue team very shortly, and that should indicate we can't take boss right now. They're too close to the top lane. Yeah. We're going to take hard camp at bot, and sure enough, look at them take hard at bot.
Yeah, that's it. It's going to be interesting how both team plays from here. Blue can rotate top, clean up that lane, and grab the boss. If red go to the bottom to deal with those bruiser camps, they're leaving the top lane open for the blue to get the boss.
Exactly. But look at this. Level 20 is about to get picked up Disconcur. This is the scary point of the game. And if they get this, it could potentially spell disaster for the red team.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, if we're at a position now where the next major team wipe will lose you the game. Now red, they're deciding to go for the boss. If the blue team get a sniff of this, just even a sense of what they're doing.
Oh no, they don't even know. Surely they do. They're trying to push onto it as fast as they can, but they're dealing with this hard camp. Here comes KVA. VP coming out onto Leoric now. This is no good, but this is such a waste of a VP. They can't really do anything with this, and they have just abandoned a boss, so very well played.
They have to get out of there. They can't take the boss. The red team need to back out, or they will be punished by the blue team. The blue team is just gaining experience in the bottom, and they're just waiting to go in there and go for the kill. Level 20 is nearly gained. Leoric's caught, but he will be able to wraith out. Tyrael just judgment in. Oh, will he be died before he gets out? No! The heal comes out!
Big ancestral healing coming out. The physics in a dangerous position. A lot of damage coming out onto Ninja, and Ravenous Spirit also being popped, but no massive jump by KVA. Mirrodin coming out and dropping that stun. Ice block being popped by the Crystal Maiden there. Jaina, in other words, and physics looking to try and help his team, but so much damage being done. They just have nothing here.
Oh no, Jaina's been taken out. Leoric is next to fall. Sorry, Tyrael's next to fall. He's going to come in, do a bit of damage to Ninja. This is it. Each team knows that this could be the fight. KVA getting the stun onto Nazebo, wants to go in, but his team's backing out to take a little bit of the sip from the sippy cup. And red will back away. Neither team wanting to commit too heavy to that fight. Ninja clean that wave just nicely at the end. Oh god, that was an amazing engage, and only one member from each team fell.
Yeah, well, I really think, you know, frontline obviously not as strong for the red team. That VP as well, a bit misplaced, maybe.
Wasted, yeah.
Yeah, a bit misplaced. I wouldn't say wasted, kind of condescending to the player, but, you know, it wasn't very optimal, was it? It actually only got one person at VP. They couldn't really combo on top of it, but they did manage to get a trade on the Jaina. But look at this hard camp, Disconcur. The whole time, it's just been pushing bot. Only one minion left of that hard camp now at bot, but it's been going this whole time, and that just shows exactly what we were talking about, you know? They picked up their hard at bot, they rotated to top and decided to handle what the red team was doing at top. They managed to even stop the boss, get one kill, and get all the momentum. They're going to get another boat, unfortunately, but blue teams are hanging around, ready and willing to get the next boat.
Well, yeah, that's it. I mean, the red. So we saw that, and we talked about it. They couldn't leave the top. Like, red couldn't respond to that bottom because they couldn't leave top open for the blue team just to gain the boss. And they couldn't just send one player back because they needed their entire team to defend if the blue decided to go and take the boss instead. So both chests have spawned now. This is going to be very crucial which team can pick all these coins up, because the next hand-in is going to do a lot of damage to whoever's base it's raining the cannonballs down on.
Indeed. Well, it looks like red team, they're not keen to give them the next ship, and rightfully so. You know, there's a big push going on at top. One boat would be so good for red team at this point. There's no real lead anymore, however, and the boss is still up. And it's going to be interesting if Leroy actually does see something going on. He's got 11 coins. An interesting thing they could do at this point is actually opt to just hand in, and it looks like that's what they're going to do. KVA being able to hand in 7, and we do see Ninja with
another
10.
boss take.
Yeah, but I do think they're going to let this one go, Disconcur. They do have the coins to hand in. They do know that the on-boss, presumably, I think they actually do. Rhaegar has Farsight, yeah, so he would have, he can see them right now. He has actually Farsight, so they do know they're going to trade, and, look at that. He's just going to run down there, get their free hand in. That's going to be pretty good for them, to be honest. They have a hard camp to kind of slow down the push at top. Not that much, however, you know, they're going to be able to clear that through that pretty easily. But blue team, now, they have handed in. They're ready to fight. They've got a ship firing down on them. They've got an easy camp at bot, so a lot of pushing power. Very well played by blue team. But big engagement coming out here. Actually, Ninja in a familiar position. They're getting into the front line, and big Terrible Judgment coming out onto the Raynor there. But no, he is in a bit of a bad position. Going to get stunned by that boss, but no, he does back out from that. VP getting dropped onto the back, and Crystal Maiden actually in a safe position there. So not the best VP again, but big heals coming out. Ancestral Healing coming out, and KVA, he is in there. He's keen to get in the front line. Avatar's been popped, so he is an immortal now. He's coming in so deep. Ninja looking to close in onto the Kalthas, and he gets the kill. Nice entry there by the Kale. He's going to get that kill when they are trying to escape, and look at this. 0-2, he's jumping, cleaning up. Ninja goes down as well. That is 3-2. They might have to actually back out of this. Demonic in a dangerous position. And look, they haven't even taken out the boss camp yet, so this is quite bad for blue team. They need to figure out something fast. They need a plan of attack. Ninja's going to be coming up very, very shortly, and he's going to be able to come up right next to them. But look at this. Nice ice block there by Jaina. Going to keep her alive. Demonic, very, very good plays there. Ninja coming up very shortly as well, trying to slow down the process there, and KVR just going to keep wailing on them. Ninja's keen on a kill. Look at him, he's about to come up. Here he comes. Is this going to be a 3v2? Are they going to commit? No, KVA needs to get out of there right now.
Ninja is going to try and get this kill on the Zebo, but I think the Zebo is going to manage to just get away in time, and that ends the minute and a half, 2 minute engagement. That was an amazing fight there, and I think it really put the advantage in the red team right now.
Yeah, it's interesting. The team fights, they feel like they're going very, very one way. The VPs, we have discussed that they do feel a bit misused, but in that fight, it actually worked out quite well for them. They VP'd on the Jaina. It really slowed down the DPS element of the blue team. You know, they couldn't really get the damage out they needed to, and when they got Jaina missing or Raynor, very good zoning of Raynor and Jaina in this situations that we're being seeing. They're just zoning up the two main DPS, and it really seems to just be hurting the blue team very much so. But look at this cheeky hiding now. They're hiding down on that bot there. They're going to try and get a cheeky little pick. But they do see them going up to the hard camp possibly. They're going to try and pick up this easy and push bot. But the question is, what do they do from there? Maybe opting, they might opt to actually fall back off this easy, not actually take it and go for the hard and their easy. The boss will be up in 2 minutes, so it's not really that viable. But by the time they go for the bottom hard, the left easy, they should be able to go for the top left hard camp. So
I think Tiltinos just has to wait it out here.
Yeah,
They
they've
just
kind of
have,
committed to this sort of play, haven't they?
and it's going to pay off for them. They've just got to be a bit patient.
Yeah,
And
it's going to pay off for.
Tyrell's about to activate the trap, but he knows, he sensed it. He sensed their dirty Kai, so they will pick up the Siege Giants instead. And now we do see 2 chests spawn. The red team are going to get a hand in behind this. And
Look, they don't even care. They're just going to go for base. They're running straight in. Red team actually is just going to be like, you know what, we're going to get a hand in. But look at this. It's going straight for the temple. This could be GG right now. Hyperion coming out. They're going to be damaging so fast. They are not going to... Next time, Phoenix being dropped, VP being dropped. Nice judgment coming out by the Tyrael, trying to drop their Rainer so fast, and the Ravenous Spirit has been stunned, so that is stopped in the damage. No, they are
they're gonna get it anyway. GG, that is it. That is the end of this semi-final, going out to Tiltinos. They almost lived up to their name, almost, but they made a great call in there, rushing that core. They knew they had the damage. They knew they could take it. And indeed, it only took them 10 seconds to take that from 100 to 0.
Yeah, that was superb. Very good game. Thoroughly enjoyed that one. I didn't think Cavier and his team were going to win that one, to be truthful with you. I mean, look at what the Orange team was doing in the meantime. Just pushing down on their fort themselves. So, very interesting. But the team, they took that away. That was a very nice call on whoever's behalf that was. Whoever was shot calling for that team.
Yeah.
Very, very well played. You know, they saw the opportunity. They're going to be like, they're going for Hendon. Why don't we just end? And by the time Red Team noticed, it was it was a bit too late.
Yeah, exactly what I mean. There was that hand in. They prioritized it. They probably felt it was exactly the right thing to do. It wasn't quite, because they were only going to really get maybe their middle fortifications down. They really should have sensed, well, blue team are there. We popped their trap. Is there something we could do here? We know they're all there. They're all grouped up. Maybe we could have followed up. Maybe we could put a little bit of damage on them, put a little more pressure. But they didn't. They opted to remove the pressure and try and put it somewhere else on the board, which really wasn't going to get them in the games. And if you're right, Tiltino's snap decision to take the core was what won them that game. And it was just a good play.